Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jones, and I'm a 15-year Pokemon trading card game player. Coming to you tonight on this rainy Sunday, or at least rainy where I'm at. Just trying to help you be a little bit better at the game than you were when you started the stream. I understand there's a lot of things that you could be spending your Sunday night with, but you know what? I appreciate any and everybody that chooses to spend time with me this evening. So, gonna get some games in, gonna talk about Lilio Fallout, gonna talk about a cup I went to yesterday, and run the tournament reports on that. So, here we go. That being said, we're gonna get some games going. Alright, let's see. Neither hand is... it's kind of a rough hand. So... not very favorable, but we're going to see what we got here. They're flashing metal. Okay, this could be anything, honestly. So, we'll see what we got. Honestly, I'm just going to attach and pass. And we'll see what they got. My hunch is that it's a Guldango. I imagine it's probably going to be a Guldango deck. Which, if it is, it wouldn't surprise me. Cypher Maniac, sure enough, that's exactly what we thought it was. It was going to be Guldango. Oh, so this is going to be... it's going to be over real quick. If I don't get something going. This is going to be over real quick. I mean, sure, I could put the bear down, but that's not really going to do anything for me. Let's see. Maybe Mew can draw me something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I can set something up with Wellspring Ogerpon. Maybe. Let's see what happens. So, more than likely they got... Okay, that's... Okay. Didn't expect that. Oh, I forgot to change the record thing, but... Did not expect that, honestly. I was expecting they were going to go... It would have made a lot more sense if they would have went and did Gholdengo and then Energy Search Pro and then retreated that way. So either they just misplayed or something, but I don't know. Honestly, I'm not complaining, because considering how that game started, we should have been dead to rights on that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. New Mega Decks are out. And I've yet to see anybody play any of the new cards. I'd really like to be able to see how, like, at least Terravox interacts with it. Alright, so we started Hoot Hoot, but not the Hoot Hoot we want to start. Really only play this just for the Dragapult matchup. Nothing really crazy. So, that's where a lot of that's coming from. Now we just gotta wait and see what they have. They got Mega, so it's either probably something new or something. Oh, playing against Inzorark. Alright, cool. There, let us go first. Here's the hoping we don't get Ionode. Because we can go and we can pop off a turn 2 Teal Wellspring, and I think that's going to be really good, yeah. If anything, what they're trying to do is trying just to get set up. Yeah. In a perfect situation, we'd go... If that's Shaman. I hope that's not Shaman. Alright. So... We definitely want to target that one. We know that they're not going to be TM Evoing now, since they attach to the Bench Zora. So in a way... So kind of in a way... Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Yeah, because I still got to retreat this guy. I'll do this. Eventually what we'll have to do too is we'll probably also have to ways. I was just hoping they don't have any other PowerPoint up. No, since they're behind, they do get access to the reversal energy, so there is that. So we're gonna see how this goes. Alright, there's the Cyrano. Alright. Yeah, there's almost part of me that wants to just go full Sin Clefairy and just see what happens. No, that's about to change. And I don't have it. Well, I got that. Maybe the play is Pikachu. Maybe it's like Pikachu Blast from. Well, no. Yeah, this is gonna be gross. Okay. There's the Ends PowerPoint up. Well, now the next question though is like, what is he gonna like change to graph? I mean, if anything, it's gonna be. If anything, what they do is they just end up like trying to evolve. I know they want to grab Reshiram here. Yep, there they go. Reshiram's gonna go there. I think Reshiram gets in there, yeah. Because Mochi does. Yeah, Mochi does exactly 210. Alright, so this is rough. And they get the Watchtower, so I'm gonna definitely have to play out of this one. I'll let this play to our favor. That doesn't help me. God, I just can't believe I did that. Oh, God. Oh, I should have just grabbed the Zora. Oh, man. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. Yeah, Zora's a weird matchup for me. Yeah, definitely count that one. I at least had like I had one job there. And it was not to mess it up. And I obviously didn't understand the assignment. Alright, this is hoping that... It's too bad that Meganium's ability doesn't work both ways. So basically what's going to be happening here is... the name of the game with this is just going to be... try to get the easy knockouts. Ooh, nice. There's a line here. I'm just gonna figure it out. Alright, so now what I'm probably going to have to do here... If they don't get the stadium, they're buying down the Hoot Hoot. They think that they can do this. But the other thing that they're going to have to do is they're also going to have to bank on trying to get rid of my hand. So I could see them play an Iono. I could also see them obviously doing this. I'm a prophet, guys. I'm a prophet. I just call it like I see it. I got a lot of energy to deal with now. So ideally, what I would want to do is I would want to go and get rid of these. Alright, that doesn't help either. That was rough. That was absolutely really rough. So, yeah. Just Meganium or Bayleaf. A big old Lily. Alright, so that's off the board now. I mean, if anything, what I do is I just go and I target the Ogerpons. As long as he keeps energy there, like, yeah. Eventually I'll draw into it. But today's not the day. Oh, okay. Alright, I spoke too soon. If I can get rid of the Bulbasaurs, then I can at least, like... If I get rid of Bulbasaur, then basically what I'm going to be able to do then is just... I'll be able to keep the energy where it's supposed to be. And then the thing with my opponent is if they're smart, they go and they get this. Because if I'm on the other side of the board, I'm not so worried about this guy, and I'm not so worried about Pikachu. My play is either the Hoot Hoot or the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Because the Teal Mask Ogerpon is the fastest thing to be able to knock me out. So if I'm doing that, and I have a way to go and grab that, which they should between Fez and maybe like a supporter. And then the other thing about it is too, like if you're playing the grass deck right now, you need to be playing counter catcher. Like you just need to be playing counter catcher. Alright, so they're gonna bring that back. And the way that I'm playing this matchup is the way that I'm playing this matchup is I'm not trying to swing into Venusaur because trying to get these guys here right away, we're going to be able to. All right, so there's that. So, yep, they're making the exact play that I figured they would. Oh, there's the Toad Scroll. All right, we are going to have to really get lucky here. Man. That's tough. Yeah, at this point we just have to get. At this point we just have to get the. We have to get something here. It's crazy how this happens. I get three of my Ultra Balls are gone. So it's like any out that happens early in the game. Crazy. And I think it's slow earlier. I think if this had Buddy Boppin in it still. I thought I could change follow back. Of course you're gonna have that. Of course you're gonna have that. Oh, of course you're also gonna have that too. Look at you. I'm just thinking everybody's Lickens today. Man, you're gonna make me mess around and attack with Iron Bundle, aren't you? Guys, I think they are gonna make me mess around and attack with Iron Bundle. Not like that, they are. You know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I really think, like, live is like, nah, dude, play something else. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm just gonna close that one up. That's tough. That is tough. Get great starts, but then we can't keep the momentum pace. I guess it's kind of rough, and that's kind of like what happened yesterday, like a League Cup. Would get great starts, been able to get those first two prizes, but I just like couldn't maintain the momentum. It was the weirdest thing ever. Weirdest thing ever. Yeah. I don't even know why it's still in there. Put the lilies in here. And you know, for a while I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep research in there. And then like yesterday I had this moment in a cup where it was like I had research and I had to play research, but also at the same time too, I ended up like throwing away a bunch of like really important cards. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to put Lily in here. So yeah, biggest problem tonight. Just can't close out games. You know, play a good startup, and then it's just like I have to throw away some really tough things that I don't want to get rid of. The other part of it is too, just not seeing energy in the discard pile for energy switch and glass trumpet. So that has definitely been something big. And I'll tell you another thing I want to do here. I'm gonna do this. Let's do this. Play a list with one energy switch. And we'll still play research. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Nope. Whatever. All right, we'll play it. We'll play it. See what happens. Of course, I want to go first. All right, so I'm at first. Can do that. Okay, all right. I approve of this. It's probably Cerule Edge. If I had to guess, just based on the support or the energy, we're probably playing Cerule Edge. That doesn't give a good metric of it either. That's really good. Drill Burst, nice. All right, we're about to see what they got. Okay. All right. So Iron Bundle's not going to be on the play because I'll just bring up one of these guys here. Yep, I knew it. That's exactly what I thought it would be. And they use Legacy Energy. And like honestly, like I'm totally fine with this. Like there they go. Hey, quick. Quick win right there. Then again, we drew pretty much everything I needed there off of that. It's Lives way of saying I'm sorry for like that last game. So, but then again, that other loss, I just could have paid attention to the HP. So, Not really sure that. I played 4 games so far, sitting at 2-2 tonight. Appreciate everybody that's jumped in, it's watched for a little bit. Hopefully you gained something from it. I'm gonna play another game of Terrabox, and then I'm gonna jump onto something else. If there is something you want to see, let me know in the chat, and I definitely will change it up for you. Do I want to go first? Yes, I want to go first. Put up a free retreater, and we'll go from there. All right, Mega Kangaskhan, probably playing against Tordbox. Hmm. All right, so doing that on Mew can go one of two ways. Like, I'm about to, like, just destroy this Kangaskhan with a Mew, or things about to be weird. Arvin, okay. Fans, interesting. If this is that Mega Box, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be expecting Latios, Eviltal, Monkey Dory, maybe a Badoo and a Pecharunt. Okay. All right, that's... Oh, we're playing... Oh. We're playing one of these degenerates. All right, that's it. That is what we're doing. We're playing a control degenerate. Love it. And I just forgot I don't have a Terra Pokemon. It's like I see somebody play control and I just check out. See, and this is how you know that that person does not have good friends. Because good friends do not let their friends play control. Period. I'll work on some Grim Allen here. Yeah, Ultra Ball. Come on. Gotta have an Ultra Ball in here. Pretty standard. Yeah, it's got Super Egg and Energy Search. Yeah, it could be crazy and just play like a one card. I don't know how good Enhanced Hammer would be right now. Maybe Turo in case we start Bear. Yeah, because I don't have a lot of. I don't have any switch cards in this deck. Yeah. Some Grimmsnarl. I need to just pull the trigger and play that on something other than a local. I think I've played it only, yeah, I've only played it once and I played it at a local, which, funny enough, I actually won with it, so there is that. So I'm gonna try Grimmsnarl, try to not make these stupid misplays, actually give you guys a decent game here. If I can ever find a match. And my opponent is naked. Great. Love that. No, I actually would like to go second. I changed decks because your algorithm gives me terrible hands. Yes, I'm coping at this point, guys. Alright, so they threw us to the Bamboozle. Alright. Gardevoir with the Calyrex sleeves. I was not expecting that. Clever, clever, clever. At least we have a supporter in our opening hand. That's exciting. Alright, we're playing Geldivore. So we're gonna have to get everything down that we need and quick. Yeah, we gotta definitely get a turn one Evo. Jeez. Don't like the idea of giving them 6 fresh new cards, but it is what it is. Well, come on. There you go. All right, now we just have to play the waiting game. So there could be any number of things they could have in their hand now. They've already got an energy on Jellison, which tells me they're probably, if they don't get what they need. Curlia. Okay. All right. That's respectable. All right. All right. Are they just as bad off as I am? It seems like it. Seems like they would be. Yeah, so it seems like they don't have. Oh, they gave away the Jellison. If anything, probably what they're going to do is they're going to call sign. I can see them call signing here. Or they go energy retreat into Jellison and they got a stretcher or something ready to go. That's realistically the only thing I can see them doing. But what's going to be tough for us is we only have one Morgrim. So that is the great dilemma of our time right now. Just seeing what they got. Idiot now, dude. Just go ahead and play the cards and so now the question is, do you think they're stalling us out? Yeah, it seems like that's what they're trying to do, trying to stall us out. That is genuinely one of my favorite parts of like this game is the fact like people sit there and think like, oh, I'm just gonna stall them out and see if they'll rage quit. Like, please. And there they go. There they go. All right, so got my naked opponent there. So there. Fix that. And once live figures itself out, there it goes. All right, hold on a second. All right, anyways, welcome back. We got a win with Grimmsnarl, and then we're trying to turn this around, actually get back on a winning record. So gonna lose coin flip, so we're probably gonna end up going first, which is okay because it's like it's fine being able to play against things like this, like being able to go first and knowing how to play out of those situations. So there's that. We do get a free retreater. Oh, we're playing the mirror match. Love that for us. So this will be fun. Invaluable. I guess he's not planning on TM Evo anytime soon. But we are. Alright. Problem with it, though, is going to be... Okay. So it's 2 games in a row where we've only had one more Grim. Not good. Definitely not good. You know, there's a part of me that like, oh, I should totally just check down and kill the Impidimp. But then it's like, this mirror is basically about who can get as many monkey down. And that's kind of the hard point of... It's kind of like how you would play this match. And again, here we go. They're just kind of sitting there. They either don't know what to do, they have a bad hand, or 3, either they just stalled out. Who knows? I need to get energy off the board. But I also need to start swinging too. And I wish I had a rare candy. You know, and I think that's the thing. Like, if I play 2 Morgrem, I feel like I need to play 2 rare candy. I feel like that's a good rule of thumb. Like, going forward. Instead, if we play 2 Morgrem, we need 2 candy, and then if we play 3 Morgrem, we could just do 1 candy. Yeah, I think that's a good rule of thumb. So I'm not going to really do anything. Mostly just because I want to try to get rid of his Munkidori. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Now, the cool thing, though, about, like... The thing that makes Shaymin a lot more balanced than, like, say, other bench barriers of the past, Shaman only does it against basic Pokemon. Let's say like they evolve this into a Grimmsnarl, or they play down a Pheasantipity or something. I can do snipe damage to that, which is important. Whereas something like Manaphy or even older Mr. Mime would prevent against all of it. So it's actually kind of nice to be able to see them actually like balancing out things like that. So that's neat. All right, opponent, what you doing? There you go. They brought Impidimp up. They probably have Rare Candy in hand. Which, if they do, that's bad for us. Which is very bad for us. All right. Crazy. Crazy how that went. And again, a lot of times, though, too, like, this is why it's equally important to practice the mirror. And sure, they could have been having technical problems. I mean, this is Pokemon Live after all. But that's why it's equally important to always practice the mirror. So, like, you're not just sitting there just like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? So make sure you practice in your mirror when you play test, guys. And before you say, oh, but I play the ladder. Playing the ladder does not count as efficient testing. Oh, but Jones, you're playing the ladder. I'm doing this for your entertainment. Please hush. I know. That's why I play in person as much as I possibly can. Shh. I'm the one supposed to be asking the questions. All right. Yeah, so we stay away from, so again, like I've always said before in past streams, in person, real life testing is always going to supersede testing on this thing. Playing live is basically the equivalent of going to Planet Fitness. It gets you in shape, but you're not going to be looking like Ronnie Coleman going to Planet Fitness. All right, terrible opening hand. And we're playing against another deck with Munkidori. Love this for me. I grabbed the wrong TM off the draw. So we'll go. This is infinitely more valuable than that. Show us the Pokemon you're playing. So we're either playing Gardevoir, Grimmsnarl, or something else. Yeah, another mirror match. Love it. Oh my god, that's right. Dawn's in the mega sets. Oh my god. I totally just realized that. So this is actually really freaking cool. So Don says grab a basic, a stage 1, and a stage 2. Show them, put them in your hand, shuffle your deck. Cards gonna be stupid for like these for these setup decks now. Like it's going to just be insane. Just the amount of like support that they have. Yeah, the amount of setup support that they have is just going to be out of this world. We're going to do this. I kind of want to get to this. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Alright guys, so check it. We're gonna go secret box, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. Then we're gonna go Lil, this. Yeah, I totally messed that up. I totally messed that up. I should have grabbed the Buddy Buddy Poffin. Alright. Got a little too excited there. At least I got the Lily. At least I've got the Lily, and at least I've got the Shaman. So my board could be a little bit better, but honestly, like, I'm just playing incredibly sloppy. So, alright, there's another Impidimp. Ideally, getting a Monk, and then just you wait till I pull my air balloon. Oh, you wait, just you wait. I'm gonna pull that air balloon. I'm gonna knock the ever living mess out of you. Just you wait. Or I'm gonna do this right here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna monkey door you. Or energy switch ain't bad. And then here's hoping they don't get a monkey. Yeah, here's hoping they don't get a monkey. Okay, so they're out of Impidimps. Ivan, this would be a really good time if you wanted to show up. Just saying, man. Just saying, like, if you just wanted to show up and I could, like, TM Debo this guy, you know? Like, I really love that right now. Hey, there's another monk. Alright, now we're gonna lose this guy. Gonna get a really nasty hand. Alright, this is gonna get weird. It's gonna get real weird. They're gonna be perpetually juggling 30 damage back and forth. Sorry, Shaman, but you gotta go, man. You know, it wouldn't be so bad, like, if I actually, you mean to tell me I could have been totally punted this game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally forgot that I had both of those in there. Oh, this is gonna be interesting now. It's gonna be interesting because now, I mean, that maybe that Ultra Ball becomes all right. So they're gonna try to do a snow run. All right. So we gotta see where this 30 goes. Imagine the 30 goes on the Fez. All right, so they're gonna put in a Morgram. They don't have counter catcher in hand. All right. So they're just banking on the fact that, like, I don't have Jack. All right. I can win this right here. Did we hit Super Rod? We already used Super Rod. Gonna go Nest Ball and just see what I got. I got an out. Yeah, I think I should have an out. Yeah, I do. So we're gonna do this. Spike. Grab my last energy. And even for playing sloppy, that wasn't too bad. All right, come on. There we go. We're going to Generabrain. This off of here. Come on. And then I'm going to do that, and then we're going to take our 30, and we're going to take our 3 prizes. Immaculate. So the thing about it is, and that you got to remember, is that like once, especially like if the board state is set up, I'll save this after the break. All right, so anyways. So if you saw it maybe in the corner when the ads were going on, changed it up here where went to 2 candy like we talked about, and then made the tough call. I was like, do I want 2 Nest Ball or do I want 2 Buddy Buddy Poffin? And what I ultimately decided is I think I want 2 Nest Ball just because I'm playing Bear and I'm playing Fez. So I have an out to both of those. And between 4 Arven and Buddy Poffin, both the Nest Balls, Artisan and Spikemuth, we still got a pretty good shot of seeing the things that we want to see. We'll play around with it, see what happens. Let's see what happens. No, I don't want to go first. I should turn that off. Yep. I'm going to just hide because I know that they're not going to be able to do anything. I'm just going to hide behind this Monkey Dory so that way they don't know what I'm playing. And they're doing the same thing. This is the 3rd mirror match in a row. I'm going to Okay. Oh, we're playing Archelon. Okay. Okay, so this will be fun. Now the real question though is do they play the poison package or not? Because if they play the poison package, then this gets actually really neat. Hmm. That's likely. All right. They could be playing Mawile, which would be really neat. Well, thankfully nobody's one-shotting anybody. So we got Imp. Hmm. Maybe it should have been an Ultra Ball, or should have been a Nest Ball for another monkey to worry. All right, we'll see. Risky Ruins. All right, that's going to make things interesting. There's a research. Psyduck. Okay. Non-dark Pokemon on their bench during their turn. 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So he already has 30 HP. He already has 30 damage he can throw. And it's just any way to help Archelon hit numbers. So there you go. Another 20. Now he's got 50 on board he can throw around. Crazy. It's going to come off Archelon. Okay. Only 10. All right. Interesting. Only one Grimmsnarl. Now, it's going to be weird though, because I'm not putting a lot of stuff on their. I'm not putting a lot of damage counters on their side of the board until they evolve. So it gets weird. All right, so there's a Lilies. I mean, maybe he goes. I know I got a Grimstone prized. Yeah, there's no way they can one-shot me. And they're definitely not using the monks. Do that. And do this. I'm kind of just in a weird spot too. Like I don't need a supporter this turn. Just do this and get it out of the deck. We'll do this. No, I didn't want it off of that, but you know what? It is what it is. Didn't want it off of that. Monk's gonna die in between turns. Just get the energy off of everything. The monkey will die in between turns. Puts that there at 80. Maybe I'll draw in a... Alright, so I'm drawing an Arven. Alright. I mean, if anything, probably what I need to do too this turn... Hey, there we go. So we can get a turn two. We can get a Rare Candy Grimmsnarl on that one. Probably what would be good is to set up one just in case I have to use Blood Moon. So like getting one with 60 HP on it's going to be important. Relicanth. Alright, that's a good one. Relicanth's another one that we're going to be able to put energy on now. Or damage on there with Frostlass. So, another Watchtower, as if I play colorless Pokemon. If we were on Terrabox right now, I'd probably punch a hole through the TV. Alright, gonna finally get to see our first Archelodon. Or at least I think we are. There it is. There's the boy. Now this is what's going to be weird, all right? Is we cannot... Well, we're probably going to have to. Is you're going to have to swing into this guy. Okay. Cool. Fine by me. I'm still going to take 2 prizes next turn. see what they do here. If anything, that gives them another way to grab that. That'll be my last stretcher, so I'm going to have to be smart with them. So I'm going to take this out, take that out. Alright, so can't use the Raging Hammer, which is the first attack, or the second attack of the Duraludon. The only thing is this puts us in the really bad spot of only having only having one prize card, so that is going to be something to keep in mind. But now what creates it is a chance where they try to prize race us and grab this. See? And then my chance of grabbing that turn 2, or not the turn 2, but the candy. Big boy. All right. Which I don't really think it matters too much. Okay, this is actually going to be interesting now. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go... He really, honestly, opponent shouldn't have done that. So we're going to go there. And then we take 30 off of the Grimmsnarl. Yep, there you go. Shouldn't have ever done that, so they chase it, because that's why you gotta read the board state. Like, if there's anything, like, I would say, like, and I mess up with this sometimes, too, of, like, you have to be able to pay attention to your board state and make decisions based on that. Like, that situation didn't call for that. Like, I mean, it was do or die, really. But, like, realistically, what they had to do in that situation was find a way either with black belt or just basically play like black belt or check down into the Fez or try to get rid of the monkeys. So that way they could get rid of the threat. And it was also interesting too, they never really tried to get rid of the never really got rid of the frost ice either. Because the frost ice was making that more tedious for them too. So that was great. But again, I think it just shows the strength of Grimmsnarl and just how expressive that deck can be, and just again how strong it can be. Like, if people don't know how to play it, and don't get me wrong, like Archaludon's a fine deck. It's a fine, like I said, it's a fine deck. Is it something that's going to be rocking people's worlds or like changing their lives? Probably not. But it's just a very simple, I want to punch people and do things kind of deck. Yeah. Yeah, so there we go. So there we go, sitting at a nice little 6-3 record. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Also another solid start. Oh, this will be fun. This will be very fun. This is actually a really fun match. Ugh. Okay, so that's not too bad. I think it really depends. Like if the second Morgrim is prized. Oh, okay, cool. Play that just to get rid of it. All right. And I'll just put this on him just to do it. And Levo. So we got the second Morgan down. Now we got a Frostlass going. All right, so let's hope that they don't go turn 2 Candy into a bunch of stuff. I mean, it'll help, but what's going to have to happen in the way that we're going to have to play this is that eventually we'll have to play this board state to a point where we have to use TM Devo to take knockouts. Just because, like, Premson's never just going to go into, like, a match against Charizard and just try to, like, obliterate people. See, here we go. Turn 2 Candy. Uh, quick search into a supporter or into the missing piece for Charizard, and then we're going to be off to the races. So, all right. So Lily for 8, and then try to do it. Poffin's going to be Duskull. Yep. Okay. He's going to retreat into the Clef Game Pass. Mm-hmm. It is very annoying. Well, we got a bear, so that's cool. All right. So now we're going to see what they're going to do. Now they get Counter Catcher. All right. It'd be really neat, like, if I top deck Boss next turn. Like, just saying. All right, so they're going to go Super Rod. All right. we're gonna see a Fez most likely. A Fez or another Lilies. Because most likely like Lilies would be a way for them to be able to see more cards. The only problem with that though is like alright, so they're gonna forego that. So that tells me they have a way to get Charizard. And again, like I was saying, the only problem with Lilies is like you just have a chance with like Charizard. It's the same thing with Grimmsnarl, just like just drawing into all of your energies, and then like the stadium just loses it, like the ability loses its potency. All right, all right. This got interesting real quick. This got interesting real quick. Give me that counter catcher. Gonna do that. Goodness, excuse me. So we'll take that. And I'll take 2 knockouts there. So the next turn, if they go Charizard, which they obviously will, Charizard will hit me at 270. That's assuming they don't have any like bans or anything like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go. Now this is also assuming too that they don't blow up that Duskull. Yeah, that's assuming they don't blow up the Duskull. All right, so there's the Charizard. Now what we need to see from Charizard is we need to see a Mist Energy. Because we're not going to be in a position for. All right. It's very bold of you. All right. Where does this go? Okay. All right, that is not how I would have done that. They should have killed a monkey. They should have killed a monkey. And they already played a support this turn. Not the bait we want to see. Now the Iono is going to probably be interesting. Let's see if they Iono. That was dumb. That was dumb. I should have just devoed. Ah, that was dumb. Oh man, yeah. So no, yeah, three monkeys. Um, yeah, Zard's good. Zard's definitely good, but it's fine. It is what it is. Got to remember the Terra. Yeah, only lost that because I got greedy. I really got loose. I could just thought, yeah, the three monkeys could have worked if they, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just got too greedy that game. That's what it came down to. That's what that came down to. All right. So I'm going to now pull this up after ad break. I'm gonna pull up some tournament limitless things and we'll look at that. All right. So, all right. So now let's talk. Let's see if the little updates are posted. I didn't really keep up much with this tournament, mostly just because I'm not going to Vegas and I wasn't going to this. I wasn't at this tournament, so I didn't really keep up much with it. I saw some posts of it. Wow, 2028. That's kind of neat. Europe tournament's getting bigger. Hey, we see it. Top four. Terrorbox got top four. Colton War in the finals. Such wonderful variety, guys. Such wonderful variety. All right, let's see. Nothing. Okay. That's interesting. Let's see what the Charizard list is. This one played the Hollow Chip, and this one played a Monk. Of course, the Terra Box they don't have. So Parker's list was. Not bad. Not bad at all. Nothing crazy there. This is cool. Hero's Cape onto a Zoroark, I guess you could say. This is also neat too. This is probably going to be a card we got to pull out of our bulk. It's obviously going to hit Mega Kangaskhan. Random electric decks that are still around. Cyrano gets the EXs, which is cool. 2 energy switch. I like 2 energy switch in there. A lot of times you only see the decks play 1. So there is that. 2 Watchtower, that's cool. I think this is actually really neat. Yeah, it's a pretty standard Fernandez deck. Honestly, I'm not too impressed with it. I think, like, if I want to... Let's see the statistics here. So this is... Right now, let's see, Phase 1. Gardevoir, Gholdengo, that's interesting. And I think as, like, as the results fully, like, unwind, I think that'll be interesting. So, like, Day 1... Gardevoir, Gholdengo, Zard, Ceruledge, Poltawar, Grimmsnarl. And then Day 2. Huh. That's interesting. .4% of Day 2 was Terrorbox. 5% was Chad. Box fell off. Hey, there's 9 Joltik boxes in there. Yeah, like, I look at this, and I was like, if I went to France, I still would have played Terrorbox. I still would have played Terrorbox. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, so they don't have those statistics, those results. This will be interesting as, like, the rest of it, like, unloads over the week, so I definitely would be checking this out. Alright, so let's see what the next ones coming up are. So this weekend we got Gdansk, we got Brisbane, and then we don't have anything till Las Vegas on the 15th. Same thing with Buenos Aires. And then going into Thanksgiving break, we've got Latin America Internationals, so the first of the big 3. Yeah, so November's going to be a busy month for Pokemon. You know, it's like, you got that, and then contemplated going to this, but Seattle's going to be expensive, and they haven't uploaded Houston, and they haven't uploaded Indianapolis or Orlando on the thing. But after Seattle, the US will have 3 more regionals before Nats in June. So there we go. So there we go. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, but like I said, like, I'm not going to Vegas, and I don't typically travel out of the US, so the next big one you'll see me at will be Houston, then Orlando, then Indianapolis, and then Nats. But no, right now, like, I'm just chilling, trying to, like, win League Cups and trying to do all that. Got all my League challenges filled out, which is really cool. And then this past weekend, I played in a League Cup, and I got top 4, got a 3rd place with this version of Terrorbox. I mean, which we know this is the same one, basically, that I played in Pittsburgh. The only difference is I didn't play Lily. I played Professor's Research. And now we're on Box Combo 14, which is going to see us dropping an energy switch to play a Lily and a Research. So play a couple more before we call it a night. If you're trying to catch other streams coming up this weekend, or just coming up this week, on Wednesday, going to be streaming locals as normal. You can check the times on that as well. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be streaming my local shop's Phantasmal Flame pre-release, which is crazy to think about it. It hasn't felt like Mega Evolutions has been out that long. But basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be streaming that. I'll be streaming the polls as I open them, and I'll be streaming the games. It'll be a lot different, you know. It'll be a little bit more laid back. So, like, don't expect me to be super amped or over that. It's just going to be very tongue-in-cheek and very fun. Like, I'm excited for it. I know a lot of people are excited for it too. They always tend to bring out the best, and the crowds tend to always really be they always tend to be a lot bigger than most, so there is that. But yeah, I got a couple more games for you for the night before we call it a night, and yeah, that's kind of like what the week's gonna be looking like. Don't got any events or anything I'm going to this weekend, so there we go. So we're gonna try this, see if we can do anything with this. Go from there. Do I want to go first? Of course I want to go first. This looks pretty promising. Alright, let's see what they got. We know they're going to play the Greninjas, so we know that we need to try to keep away to get Froakie. Or not Froakie, Clefairy. Mew's also an option in this match too, but not necessarily one that I want to chase down. Clefairy is going to be a lot faster and a lot easier to be able to get, so there is that. This Ultra Ball is either going to be a penny or it's going to be some way to try to slow us down. Which, if they do, that's going to... It just limits how many energy I can put on Ogerpon, is really what it does. You know, crazier play, maybe they play a... Alright, so there's the Pidgey. Crazier play, they play Squawkabilly, which I doubt. One of those three cards is either going to be a Lilies or it's got to be an Iono. And it's neither. Alright guys, we are... Alright. Let's do this. There they go. Easy enough. Unfortunate draws for my opponent, but you know, I will gladly take it. But we just had a really good opening hand. Yeah, we had a really good opening hand there, and they sadly watched this play Solitaire, which is very unfortunate. Recently saw something the other day where Trust Your Pilot TCG, if you don't follow them, give them a follow. They do a lot of stuff with the live client. Apparently what they had recently done was complete the trainer profile level. I think it was like their third time doing it. And You would think that like after this thing hits level 100 that you would get something, and surprisingly no, it just restarts back over. I know that I've cleaned it out, or like I've cleared it at least once, and it started back over, but nothing happened. Nothing fancy. No kind of like accomplishments required, any like no kind of badges. But again, it's a free client, so I'm not entirely like tore up over it. It just, you know, I think it's kind of just honestly par for the course for like what live is and like what lives become. It's just become this thing where like, you know, we're going to just do the bare minimum and make sure that it's like running. But that's ironic to say though, considering that like there's always something bugged with this. So it's like, you know, they'll pay all of this attention to Pocket because obviously it's making the money. But with this, oh my god, I don't hate it, but I don't love this hand either. I want to bring this out first. Like, I don't hate this, but I don't love it either. And we're playing against Dragapult. Oh, god. At least I got that. Alright, this is gonna be a weird one. So it's probably gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna have to like take single prize knockouts. That air balloon's gonna go in the Dreepy. And I don't want to use that stretcher to like get an owl back. Oh, Pulsard. Love that. Alright, so there's Pulsard. There's a monk. Oh, this still goes the same. Ooh, this is rough. Really like an air balloon on like Ogre Pond. Alright, let's see what happens here. Sparkling Crystal. Nope. I mean, Turo's not bad. It's not what I wanted. Alright, yeah, we definitely gotta strike now. Definitely gotta strike now. Well, you're in luck there, buddy. Like my ace-specs prize, so you know you're in luck. I could have, yeah. Yeah, I could have got there. 40, 60, 80. No, I wouldn't have got there. Yeah, I wouldn't have got there. I would have at least needed one more Pokemon on either side to be able to get it. It's tough. Alright, so there's that. We're going to retreat to Charizard. And now I'm at this point where I'm about to just counter Catcher up there. Monkey Dory. This is a 4. Alrighty. We already threw away Gravity Mountain, so that's definitely off the board. That's not what I wanted to do. God. Ridiculous. Should have grabbed a Hoot Hoot. Should have grabbed a Hoot Hoot. And of course they have a boss's order. Of course they would. It just makes perfect sense that they would have a boss's order. I just used all of my research cards. This is ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, that was dumb. Ooh, another game of sloppy play. Another game of sloppy play. I hate them. That wasn't smart tactics. I literally just made a misplay. Cool. Alright. Well, guys, I think that's going to be enough for me tonight. Make sure that you are tuning in on Wednesday night, 7:30 Eastern. We'll stream